Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so I am here with a special guest today. This is Caroline. Me and Caroline have known each other for...
at least 7 years.
7 years. We were freshmen in high school, at least.
Oh yeah.
And that is literally how long we've known each other. We've known each other for a super long time. But I'm gonna let you tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Cool. So my name is Caroline. I obviously went to school with Danielle, and I think we went in our separate directions. And I was like, I'm ready to get out. I don't really want to do school anymore. So I went to hair school, finished up hair school, went to a salon, and now I'm a level 1 stylist at this salon. And I've been doing hair for 3 years now, and yeah, it's been a whirlwind, but a lot of fun.
So today the reason we are here is, I guess you could say, we're gonna show you guys some different ways to do, I guess, the beach wave. It's a huge trend right now, and I'm gonna let Caroline tell you as well what she's going to do to my hair.
Cool. So what we'll do with Danielle's hair is we'll use her natural wave that she's got in there right now as a base to start our hair. Just because I know a lot of us girls wake up in the morning and they're like, we have to get out the door, and I don't have time to be showering and blowing out my hair and then straightening it and then curling it. We use her natural curl to use as a base for our beach waves, and I'll show you how to curl it in different directions and the same directions with some different tools too.
I have my hair parted the way I usually have it parted. I'm not a middle person. I do not look good with the middle part. So I have my hair parted the way it is, and Caroline's just gonna go ahead and start.
Cool. So first off, I'm gonna show you guys the two tools that I have over here. The first one is a 1 1/4 inch curling iron. It's a little bit bigger than a 1 inch, which I would say most people have underneath their sink that's kind of growing a little of dust down there. And I also have a 1 inch flat iron. Both of them are by the brand Babyliss Pro, and they both come in that pretty blue color as well. So I'm gonna start off by sectioning Danielle's hair. I had her brush it out really well for me, and I'm gonna start off by sectioning it just a little bit off.
Gotcha.
Right, all the hair in front of her ear. And then I'm just gonna clip all the rest of it away. And then I'm gonna take this first section right in front of her face. And these curls, everything in front of the ear, I typically will curl away from the face. And so I start in the middle of the hair strand and kind of roll and slide my way down. And I was telling Danielle that this curling iron gets pretty hot, so we don't need to worry about what her natural curl and hair is doing. So that first one, you guys probably saw me pulling the curl out a little bit as I was taking the hair down off of the iron. That's gonna kind of loosen the wave, or loosen the curl rather, and kind of pull it out so it's not such a I Love Lucy curl or something wild and crazy.
Yes.
And so I just kind of pull on it while it's still hot so it doesn't get super duper curly.
Now, do you wrap? What do you do with the ends of the hair?
With the ends of the hair, so I'll show you one more time as I do this. I'm really quick, so if you have questions, just keep on asking me. So this one, now that it's behind the ear, I'll alternate and go this way. And what I do is I'll just slide down the curling iron. And when I get to the ends, I leave them out a little bit.
Okay.
And then I pull on it and I pull them through.
Okay.
So they get a little bit of heat so that they're not frizzy down there.
Okay.
But they're not like a full curl. And so then I section out the rest of Danielle's hair on the top of this little section.
I had to give Caroline a fair warning beforehand that I have a ton of hair. And I do, like, the amount of hair I shed, I'm surprised I still have as much hair as I do.
I mean, me too, girl. And so I'm just doing that same thing, and because it's in front of her ear, I'm pulling it away from, or I'm curling it away from her face and pulling the ends through the curling iron.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm gonna turn you around. And then I'm gonna section off the back of her head and clip that guy up.
And we were talking beforehand about how sometimes it's better to use a curling iron for longer hair, and sometimes it's better to use a straightening iron for shorter hair.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to use my straightening iron or flat iron to show you guys the difference in the type of curl that we get. With this 1 inch flat iron, it's going to give you a lot of a smaller curl, and depending on how much hair you have, it's kind of finicky. It doesn't like to curl really well, and you don't get the same effect, because if you bring the flat iron all the way through, you'll have a curly, you'll have those curly ends instead of them being straight like beachy waves, which is why I'm not a huge fan of using a flat iron to do it. But you can get that same effect. I will say it probably works better for the girls that have shorter hair. So I'm gonna turn you around so they can see how, if we don't curl the ends, they're still really, they kind of do what they want to do with the flat iron. Whereas if we do curl the ends, it's still giving us obviously a curl, but it's not as pretty as what that beach wave would be, and it's not as loose like our beach wave that we're going for. So I'll show you with this curling iron the major difference that we get. And so as you can see, the curl starts way higher than where it does on the flat iron, and then her ends are nice and smoothed out, unlike these two. But it'll be fine because it's underneath her hair.
How long would you say this typically could take for a person with just using the curling iron?
Honestly, this is not taking me super long. Whenever I do my own hair, because you're trying to get to the back of your head and doing all kinds of wild arm movements, I would say it takes me about 5-10 minutes max. Especially if my hair is already dry, I don't have to blow dry it or anything like that.
That is my biggest thing. Like, it's just so hard to get to the back of the head for me.
My favorite tools are, for the back of my head, are definitely a little hand mirror to see the back of my head after I'm done. But also I just split it in half, and I make sure that I section out the right size.
Okay. I do it and I put like the bun on top of the head.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between curling it all in the same direction and all in alternating directions? The biggest difference is the texture that you'll get from it. If you curl it, especially like Danielle's hair, if you have a whole lot of hair, it's all going to clump together if you curl it in the same direction, and you'll end up with this gigantic curl that all goes together. Whereas if you were to alternate the way I'm doing, you get a lot of movement.
They coincide with each other.
Yes. And it looks a little bit more natural and effortless like that too. So I'm just sectioning her hair off the same way that I have been doing. Just everything in front of the ear, and then I section it in half. This little bit is right behind her ear, so I'm going to curl it forward. So on this side of her head, I'm going to curl everything in the same direction, so that way you guys can see how the hair moves and how it lays differently on this side. Like, I'm gonna move you back, girl. So another thing that I do, if you guys can see, is I take a vertical section, meaning it goes up and down in the hair, and not, like, I'm not taking this entire chunk and curling it all together. I'm breaking it up like this, and when I curl the hair, I keep it in that same, I keep the curling iron in that same form. And this helps to keep the curl from getting super wide and keep them nice and long and wavy. So this one, guys, I just curled it and I let go too early without pulling it through, and it's super duper like curly Q. What I'll do to fix that is I'll just run back over it that same way, and then I just go to the end and pull it out. And Danielle can probably feel how much tension is on there when I'm pulling it out. And now it's super relaxed. It's almost too relaxed. And so I'll just go back through and add a little bit more bend right there. And that happens all the time. I'll get done with my hair and I'm like, oh my gosh, I look like Curly Sue over here. Okay, so now her hair is all curled. I'm like, that didn't take too long at all.
No, that didn't take long at all.
And then another thing that I was telling Danielle, a lot of it, especially for the look, because you can curl your hair and walk out the door and have no products in it. But for the look that we're going for, super beachy and textured. Literally like you came back from the beach 2 hours ago and you got that nice glow and your hair is all wavy.
Y'all know I live at the beach as much as I possibly can, so I love.
Yeah, so my two favorite products are, I've got a full size of the Windblown. This guy is literally like a beach in a bottle. It is amazing. It's Redken's Windblown. The numbers on the bottle are the amount of hold that it has. So this one is a 5, which is like nothing. So it gives you a whole lot of texture without feeling crunchy in your hair. And then my second one, this is a little mini trial size guy. It's called Fashion Works 12. Oh, there we go, now I'm focused. This one is a little bit more hold, nothing crazy, nothing crunchy. This guy is really great if you do have this flyaway still. Like we said, we didn't flat iron Danielle's hair, so what I'll do is I'll spray it on the top of her head and kind of smooth down those little flyaways. That way she doesn't feel frizzy up top. And I'll use the Fashion Works to give her that beachy texture.
It smells really good too.
They all smell amazing. And I'm like, Danielle, look in the mirror and see how much that just did.
Yeah.
Just that little bit.
And it's not crunchy at all. Like,
not at all.
I hate stuff that like makes your hair feel like it's not your hair anymore.
Yes, and so I'm actually gonna turn her to the side. Perfect. And I'm just gonna kind of comb my fingers through her curls. And as you can see, this was the side and I guess the back too that we did with alternating curls. None of her curls are super duper, they're not running together, they're not all the same direction, they're all very soft and kind of doing their own thing like it would be at the beach. And actually I'm gonna show you this side before we spray. That was the way that we curled it all the same direction. As you can see, like there's more of a pattern. You can see where those curls lay. And they're all kind of going in the same direction. Neither is right or wrong. It just is the look that you're going for.
Yeah, some people it looks different.
Yes, like I know my hair, it's super duper fine and straight. It will all clump together and be one big curl. And so I'm just gonna take my my Windblown and I'm gonna spray down her hair so we're not causing any more frizz. And then I'll pull it up. And that way we get some more volume and movement. And Danielle, you can put your hands through and tell me how that feels.
It literally feels like my hair.
Yeah, it feels like
it doesn't feel.
It gives you lots of texture. All your curls won't go together.
Yeah, like that feels super good.
Yeah. And look how pretty.
Yes, I love that. You guys, so this is the final look. Caroline did such an amazing job and I love this. And now I have to go get me some new tools
all of
now.
These tools, she needs them all.
Because Caroline said before she looked at my straightener, she's like, this is probably why your hair is not staying straight. So I was like, well, Merry Christmas to me then. So definitely gonna go get some new tools. But I'm also gonna let Caroline tell you guys where she works, where you can find her if you are in North Carolina. I'll tell you all of that information real quick.
Perfect. So I work at Salon Blu. There's actually 3 different locations. There's the North Hills, Falls Village, and Briar Creek. I'm at the Falls Village location. Like I said I'm a level 1 stylist. I actually specialize in hair cutting. So if you need a haircut, come on in. If you need color too, I can hook you up. But yeah, so I would love to have each and every one of you guys, and just because Danielle was so awesome and gracious to have me here, I'll give all of you guys that come in a 25% discount your first visit with us. And then Daniela's too.
So definitely go and check Caroline out. I'm gonna leave all her socials down below as well, so you can go and follow her on all of those. But I do appreciate you being here and coming and doing this.
That's awesome.
Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below to my channel, and I will see you guys back here next time. Bye guys.
Bye.